Hello. Today we received perfume oils in the mail. A bunch of perfume oils. And he liked it because he had a little bit saliva come out of the mouth when he smelled those. Oh. They deliver with eco-friendly materials from Eden Botanicals. And here is hello. And here are the perfume oils. I'm gonna list all of them. So, first one is, the biggest one is rhododendron. Second one is geranium, rose geranium. Then the third, ylang ylang, my favorite ylang ylang from the Philippine Islands. Then frankincense omar, geranium absolute, frankincense CO2 from India. And then fir balsam absolute, sandalwood absolute, jasmine absolute, and immortelle absolute. And immortelle is like a resin. It smells real good. It's probably a tree resin, and it's like a real thick gluey syrup, and I feel absolutely high from those perfume oils. And then I have these, I bought a few samples, and you always get one sample for each $20 that you spend at Eden Botanicals, which is really great. So I got about 6 or 7 samples for free. That's a value of about $15. It pays for shipping, and I always take Federal Express because they are nicer usually. I mean, that's my experience. So, but the box was still a little bit busted up. Yes, we need the AGIs to come and be employed by Federal Express, UPS, and the local post office as well. So, and then I got vetiver from Sri Lanka. I got sandalwood from New Caledonia. I got rare sandalwood from India. I got petite grain, Rosalina, Jasmine Sambac. And Jasmine Sambac is the absolute, and he likes those smells. He comes here and he does a lot of smelling and sniffing and intensive smelling. I guess there must be, some of the perfume oils are wild harvested, and there must be some rare animal smells on them. See, he's smelling on. So, and you are everything for me. The absolute and the total and the ultra. And the Jasmine Sambac is unbelievable. It's also from India. It's a solvent extracted absolute. And I think that was the most expensive sample, and it only has like 3 or 4 drops in it. And it is probably the most intensive jasmine there is, this Jasmine Sambac. And I'm going to later on buy a larger amount of it, maybe half an ounce. That's going to be expensive, probably $80 or something. But it's worth it. It is totally worth it. And then I got neroli, and I got nioli, and I got, and this group here is my intensive perfume group. I'm going to later on today, I'm going to make 2 containers of balm, like a perfume balm. I'm going to use this group for one container and this group for the other, because this group of the samples are the ones that are more that are milder, and these are very, very strong in smell, and these are much milder. And this one has fir balsam, fir silver, frankincense, a rare one, has ravensara, helichrysum, albania, and organic even. And then it has rose de mai absolute, and it has rose otto. And those are much milder, and they are all amazing. All of them, all of them, all of them. It is such incredible pleasure that I get out of this. Makes me high. I don't take drugs, so these are my healthy drugs. It's a healthy drug addiction. I wish everybody would do this. Instead of getting their beer out, they get their Jasmine Sambac out. And instead of watching baseball, they'll watch Dr. Ben Goertzel. And then you're in heaven. Thank you, Eden Botanicals, very, very much for this outstanding work that you're doing, the outstanding collection of plant essences, 100% pure, natural, essential oils, no other substances added, just the plant extract itself, the oils, or the extracted, the watery extract, or the resins. It is ultra, 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 ultra super. Puts me into a state of heaven, a state of bliss, a state of peace. And I was thinking, you know, when I was smelling that frankincense, the rare one from Oman, I was thinking about the people in the Middle East. It comes from the Middle East. It's from a shrub that grows in the desert, kind of like a stunted type of tree that grows in the desert, uses very little water, and it needs a very arid climate and a lot of sunshine beating down on it. And so because of that, the tree has these real thick, almost crystallized resins inside. I think everywhere in the whole tree or shrub, as it's a small tree, could be probably growing into a hedge. So it's like a hedge type of plant, and very amazing. And the smell is absolutely amazing. I mean, it dates back thousands and thousands of years. People have already been using the frankincense trees to make oils and resins with, and also to drink the tea for medicinal purposes. And it's has all kinds of incredible medicinal value. I mean, the list is huge. Among it is, it makes you high, it makes you, but in a natural way, it makes you feel bliss and peace. And it's an aphrodisiac even, and it is antifungal, antiviral, anti-carcinogenic. It is a complete disinfectant. It gets rid of all pathogens that do not belong onto the body or into the body, or any kind of parasitic infections. Gets rid of all of those, all the molds, everything that shouldn't be there. So it's just an unbelievable panacea, an amazing plant, and that's why it has been recorded even in Egypt and in the oldest writings and recordings that we can find in history. I recommend this to people in the Middle East. I recommend that the Israeli people will embalm the feet of the Palestinians and do the ointment, as like was described in the Bible, also what Jesus used to do with his disciples and everybody who was seeking help and comfort from him. He was giving people foot massages with natural, whole, essential oils and resins. including frankincense. And the story goes that a hooker came to him, and her name was Mary Magdalene, or Mariamne. And that was in Israel a long time ago. And she came to him, and she was all devastated, and she just couldn't go on with her life the way it was, and was real poor. That's why she had to do what she had to do. And so she came to him, and she was burned out psychologically because of all the abuse that she's taken from people. And he was massaging her feet with all these amazing essential oils, and she started to heal psychologically. She started to feel the love, and she started to feel peace and bliss. And ever since then, she became his very first disciple, the most ardent disciple, and the most appreciating person he's ever had in his life. She became his wife. They had children together, and all these famous names, Judah and Math and Peter, I think they were all, or many of those, were their children, actually. And it was a family, and they had many, many friends that were also their disciples, but it was not a hierarchy. They were on eye level with each other, everyone. And Mary Magdalene was certainly a total equal as a guru to Jesus. And it's a beautiful story, but of course that's not the story the Republicans are going to be accepting, because that would go against the ego. So, and that brings me now to the next subject that I was talking about, that I woke up, as I always wake up, with these torturous, grinding, horrible, the fundamentalist Christian, I think it's a woman, I think her name is Desiree, and I think I know her, I'm not sure, but just guessing. It's somebody just like her, you know. There are so many, there are millions and millions and billions of Desirees out there who are fundamentalists and who have the need to wish somebody death. So, and that's why I'm talking about this, because it is making me so sad, and I find this so incredibly sick in our society, that some people, particularly those fundamentalist people, and particularly the Christians, that's what my personal experience is. I've also received hate from Muslims that are on the internet. They would be too embarrassed. They're smarter. They would be too embarrassed to say something like this, like, you should die, you vile atheist. And I'm not even an atheist, but they don't even listen to me what I say. It's like I can talk as much as I want to. They don't even hear what I say. Well, she said the atheist made her crazy. They made it that she had to go to a psychiatrist, that she had nervous breakdowns because of all the atheists. But it is really in reality, it's her religion that made her become psychotic. Man, I wish she would understand that. I wish she would buy essential oils and make herself feel better that way. If every psychiatrist prescribed Eden Botanicals essential oils to people, they would heal up without any need for any drug or any substance or any ridiculous psychotherapy or anything. Just through the love from those oils, you know. That alone will heal people. I'm sure, because it has healed me. So yeah, this is the only approach. The approach is through nature, not through psychiatrists, not through plastic surgeries, and not through trying to fit in, not through any kind of religion.